All right, shalom, shalom, Yasharala. Back at it again with another Lord with an edifying video through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Bachakwadash. Before I go any further, I want to give all honor and all glory and all praises to our Heavenly Father and to His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Bachakwadash. And next up, double honors to our apostles and our elders, the great millstone. We still go out there in the highways and hedges and feed us with 100% truth according to the Bible and Ruel. And Shalom, Lavachariah, Wabarakim, Shayasharala, which is peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel, and the Lashima Wadash, the Hebrew tongue. And pretty much this lesson is going to go into, I don't know the specific title of it. Maybe it's going to be called Remembrance, I believe, through the Spirit, you know. And without further ado, let's get into these scriptures. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, the first precept, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. It says, though the Lord give you the bread of adversity, right? And why do we so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians and Israelite foreigners, right, who are the biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the scriptures, why did Yahweh Shema Shai give us the bread of adversity? Which adversity meaning catching a whole lot of hell because we pissed them off, because we sinned against the Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, that's the reason. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let's get that precept. Where's that? Baruch, the fourth chapter. Yep, this is the book of Baruch 4, verse 6. And it says, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, right? That's why the so-called white man Esau, Edom, and all the other heathen nations that had us in the captivity, they couldn't wipe us out, man. They couldn't exterminate us. Okay? Because Yahweh Shema Shai didn't give us into the hands of these other heathen nations for our destruction, man. Because Yahweh Shema Shai, it says in Malachi, the third chapter in the sixth verse, it says, I am the Lord, Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, man. So the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and the Israelite foreigners, all right, who look like the other heathen nations, but are Israelites according to the seed of their father. That's why these other heathen nations couldn't get rid of us, man, couldn't exterminate us, you know? And it says, because ye moved Yahweh Shema Shai to wrath, the word wrath meaning extreme anger, ye were delivered unto the enemies, right? Because the other heathen nations, beginning out with the so-called white man Esau, Edom, okay, are our enemies, man. And when you read the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter and the 10th verse, the scripture says, never trust thine enemy, for like an iron rusteth, so if his wickedness, man. You see? So back to the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter. This is the book of Isaiah 30, verse 20. Though the Lord give you the bread of adversity, aka the curses, right? And the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, right? Which means to be hidden. All right. Because Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, especially in these times, man, we're out there, man, you know, by way of the internet, you know, which was 2007 when the elder apostles started making videos on the internet, started putting up videos. Okay, so now we see our teachers, man, you know, and then of course the elders that taught our apostles that passed on, you know, and some that are still here. All right, and, you know, then of course you got to go all the way back to elder high priest Abba Bivens, okay, aka Elijah. All right, who was kicking this word in the late 60s, you know what I'm saying? You know, to his death. All right. So on and so forth, man. So we see our teachers, right? You know, on the highways and hedges and then on the internet. And it says, because you can still look up old videos of like High Priest Yaiquab, Elder High Priest Yaiquab, and Elder King Masha. You know what I'm saying? You know, even you have a voiceover of Elder High Priest Albert Bivens. You know what I'm saying? You can see that on the internet. And it says, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, right, on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You know, and in these times, especially on the highways and hedges, you know. So now let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. in the first verse. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, right, as young men, because that's who Yahweh Shem Shah, who the word English calls God and Jesus Christ, is mainly dealing with, man. Now, of course, you got some exceptions to the rules. Some brothers may have been woken up in their later years, such as the late 30s and early 40s, and so on and so forth. You know, but Yahweh Shem Shah is mainly dealing with the young men. Okay, and it says, remember thy creator in the days of thy youth. Right. Now, when are we going to remember our creator? When is Yahweh Shema Shah going to put the spirit on us to remember who we were as a people? Our customs, our heritage, in our captivity, man. You see? It says in the Apocrypha, I believe, they shall remember the Lord in the day of their captivity, along those lines. And it says, while the evil days come not. Right. Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. And what's the bad time that's approaching? You know? Jacob's trouble, man, aka martial law. Okay? So before the days of martial law come and Yahweh Shema Shah takes his prophet off the streets, right? That Amos 8 and 11 is gonna kick in. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasures in them. Right, because of the shutdown, man. Our people, man, is not gonna like the conditions that they're living in, because all their freedom, all the choices and liberty that they have is gonna be taken away. All right, even when they accept Esau's system, and taking the MOB, okay, taking the jab, you know what I'm saying? The so-called white man Esau Edom, it's still gonna oppress you, man. You know, because Yahweh Shema Shah still has the curses on our people. Okay, the curse is not gonna go away just because you took the jab and the MOB, the R5D microchip, man. You know, because the Lord is still gonna destroy you. You know, so now let's go to the book of Second Peter. You know, pretty much an open form, pretty much through the Spirit. This is the book of Second Peter, the third chapter, in the first verse. It says, "This second epistle," which the epistle is the Greek way of saying letter, beloved. Who's the beloved of the Lord? The house of David, aka the elect. Which Lord's going to be a part of that number, starting off with the head apostles, the elders, the great millstone. I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds, which the word pure means sincere, by way of remembrance. Right? See, and that's going into reincarnation right there, because you know we are our forefathers coming back. We are the ancient prophets coming back in the reincarnation in these times, in the last days, that Lord Yahweh Shah was saying was going to be before he returns to the earth. Okay, so hey, that's beautiful in itself. Let me read this one more time. This is the book of Second Peter 3 verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. Right. So is there anybody thousands years old, you know what I'm saying, stirring up the minds of our people, prophesying? No. So that's how we know that's talking about the reincarnation. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Let me see. Yep. The definition of the word pure, it says to rouse, to hold on, to ig ignitate, agitate. I believe that's what the word means, or says. It says because the word rouse means to awaken. Agitate, it means to well, it's probably agitate. It says to impel, which means to push, to urge on, to set in motion. Now, how do we do that with the scriptures, man? You know, that's how we get stirred up by in our minds, by way of the scriptures. you know? Remember thou the creators in the days of thy youth. Like I just read in Ecclesiastes. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me see what this precept says. Yep, this is it. This is the book of Baruch 2, verse 30. For I knew that they will not hear me, because it is the stiff-necked people. What's this people that is referring to? The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the Israelite foreigners, right? You know, our people constantly, through the reincarnations, of being a bunch of stiff-necked and hard-headed people, man. And then when Yahweh Shema Shah send out his men, the prophets, to tell our people to do something, you know, they do the complete opposite. We tell them to serve the Lord, stop sinning, come back to their heritage. They do the complete opposite. They get even more wickeder. And it says, but in the land of their captivities shall they remember themselves. Exactly, because Yahweh Shema Shah is going to put the spirit on this men to go out there in the highways and hedges and tell our people who they are, you know. And he did that through the spirit part y'all by Shemel Shah, starting with Elder Abba Bivens, man. You see? Let me get some more precepts. Let me see. I believe that's it, actually. Let me see. I forgot. Let me see. I think I lost the page. But that's pretty much it through the spirit part y'all by Shemel Shah. Matter of fact, let me get Romans the 15th chapter. I'm gonna close it out. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, which is the scriptures, right? And it says it's for the Israelites. And it says that we, through patience, which means to suffer, and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Hope is synonymous with the word faith. Goes into our expectation, which is the expectation is for America to be destroyed. Lord Yahushua coming back and the beaming us up. Lord's going to be the elect and ruling and govern the earth and all over the world, you know what I'm saying, in righteousness underneath Warrior Howard Shire and King David. All right. So Lord's will knows edifying through the spirit. Next time I say Shalom.